Welcome students for this session. Today in this session we are going to learn supplementary first lesson, the goat and the star. Okay, now I will ask you one question. When you think about Christmas, what are the things comes to in your mind? It may be stars, chocolates, candles, Santa Claus, friends, Christmas friends, and also gifts. Okay. So now in this lesson, we are going to learn about a boy, cute boy, who wanted to offer a gift for Jesus Christ on the eve of Christmas. Watch the video carefully, then only you can understand the story. At last, you can understand the message also. So now let's learn line by line. Every morning when he came into the town, he would see this large notice in blue and scarlet letters on a board outside the church. It had been there since a month before Christmas, annual collection of Christmas gifts in this church on Christmas Eve. Help us to help others. No gift too large, none too small. Give generously, and then in very much larger and angry letters. This means you. Yes, dear students, you might have seen in the church, outside of the church, there will be a notice board. Okay, so a month before a Christmas, there was a notice in that notice board. In that, it is written that annual collection of Christmas gifts in this church on Christmas Eve. Help us to help others. Okay. In that notice, it is written that help us to help others. And in a bold letter, it also written like that. This means you. Okay. A small boy goes to the church and he sees this notice board. He was a small boy with a look of determination on his thin lips. Large brown trousers gave him a curious look of being shorn of with sheep shears. There was always mud on his boots, and there were times when he did not smell very sweet. Yes, the appearance of boy is showed. That means he was wearing brown color trousers, and he was also having mud on the trousers. Okay, that means he is shears the sheep. That's why he has mud on the trousers on his body, in the whole body, and sometimes he doesn't smell also good. There was reason for the smell. His father and mother had a small farm of about 10 acres, 2 miles off in the country. On a little pasture, they grazed a mare and 2 or 3 cows, a score of hens, and a dozen goats. It was because of the goats that the boy had that smell. He was very fond of the goats, and it was his job to graze them every morning and bring them back to the beast again before darkness fell. He treated the goats like friends. He knew that they were his friends. At frequent intervals, the number of goats was increased, but his father could never sell the kids or even give them away. Now, they had 13 goats, the odd one a kid of 6 weeks, all white as pure as snow. Okay, this boy work was to graze the goats, and they had in their farm they had 10 in their farm they had like a goat and hens, mare, cows, all those things. So he was grazing the goat, and he also liked the goat. As we talk with a friend, he talks with the goats, and there were 13 goats in the farm. Okay. The last kid, the small kid, was like white as snow. Its color is white as snow. He liked that goat, and his father also didn't sell any goat. So the number was increasing. Every morning when he went by the church, the notice made him uneasy. It was the larger letter, this means you, that troubled him. As Christmas came near, he worried more about it. The notice seemed to hit him in the face. It singled him out from the rest of the world. This means you. Yes? Every time, whenever he goes to the church, he sees that notice board, and Christmas also nearer. And though there were many words and sentences were written in the notice board, still for him, this means you was hit him. Okay, that means he was looking at that word something inspired him. He began to think if there was anything he could do about it. He felt that he had to do something. The notice made him feel as if it were watching him. Gradually, he began to feel that in addition to the notice, God too was watching him. In a way, God and the notice were one. Yes, as he was seeing the notice board, he started to think that I'm not doing anything. That notice board is something, it's watching him, that telling you are not doing anything. And at last he started to imagine that not only notice but the God himself is watching. He's asking help, but I'm not doing. Like that, he started to regret. It was not until the day before Christmas Eve that he decided to give the goat kid to the church. He woke up with a decision. It was as if it had been made for him, and he knew that there was no escaping it. And he decided at last to give something. What to give? The small kid, the small goat kid, whom he liked very much. He wanted to give that kid as an offering to God. And he decided next morning he woke up with that decision. He had already grown deeply fond of the little goat, and it seemed to him a very great thing to sacrifice. That day there was no school, and he spent most of the afternoon in the piggery, kneeling on the steward floor, combing the delicate milky hair of the little goat with a harsh comb. In the street, the smell of goats was strong, but he did not notice it. It had long since penetrated his body and whatever clothes he wore. Okay, he decided to give that goat kid to the church as an offering. And so he was taking that kid and he was combing that hair and everything. At last he didn't notice that smell of the goat. You might have known how the smell of that goat. Being with the goat, he doesn't know how it will smell. So without bothering it, he was taking that goat. And the smell also got into his body and in his clothes also it was smelling, but he didn't bother it. By the time he finished brushing and combing the goat, he felt extremely proud and glad of it. He did not know what other people would give. No gift was too great nor too small. Perhaps people would give things like oranges, nuts, or toys and Christmas trees. But no one else would give what he was giving. Something small and beautiful and living. That was his friend. Okay. A sacrifice which he is going to make is very big because he loved the goat very much. But still he wanted to offer that to God. Okay. So he brushed and combed her hair of goat and he was taking that with proud, glad that I'm going to give something to God, like that. He was having proud feeling and he didn't know what others will give. He was thinking that they may give fruits, nuts and Christmas tree. But this fellow is going to give the living one to God. And when the goat kid was ready, he tied a piece of clean string round its neck. His plan for taking it down into the town was simple. Every Christmas Eve, he had to go and visit an aunt who gave him a box of dates for his father, a box of chocolates for his mother, and some sort of present for himself. All he had to do was to take the kid with him under cover of darkness. It was so light that he could carry it in his hands. At last, the eve of Christmas, he was taking that goat and he was going to that street. And it was not new for him to go down because his aunt was there only, were having on small shop, and he used to present things for his family. So think that is not that much difficult. Since it is darkness, he was finding difficult, but there was light, so he didn't have much difficult to carry that goat kid. He got down into the town just before 7 o'clock. When the goat grew tired of walking, he would carry it in his arms. Only one thing troubled him. He did not know what the procedure at the church would be. There might, he imagined, be a long sort of desk with men in charge. He would go to this desk and say very simply, I have brought this, and come away. Okay, he was very much eager and he was very happy to take the kid to the church to offer. He was taking that kid, but as I said, that is very small, so it couldn't walk. So he was carrying it, and while he was going, he was thinking how the procedure will be to offer. Okay, he was thinking there may be big desk, in that we can go and keep our offering, and we can tell that I'm going to offer this, I brought this. So, and after giving he can come away, like that he was thinking and going. He was rather frightened to find the windows of the church full of light. He saw people carrying passes going through the door. He saw the notice, "This means you." He felt slightly nervous as he stood on the other side of the street with a kid at his side like a little dog. At last he was going into the church. He saw it was lightning. No? You may be knowing how the Christmas Eve will be. It was full of lights and people were going and coming with the parcels to offer. He was a bit nervous to go and stand near them. So as a dog used to take the dog, no, like that he was holding his little kid near him. Finally, when there were no more people going into the church, he decided to go in. Okay, people were going into the church and they were coming. He was standing outside. At last he saw that people were not going to the church, so he decided to go in. When he went into the church, he was surprised to find it almost full of people. There was already a sort of service in progress. He sat hastily down at the end of a pew. He saw at the other end of the church a reconstruction of the manger and child and the wise men who had followed the moving star. The stable and manger reminded him of the big stream where the goats were kept. His first impression was that it would be a good sleeping place for the kid. Yes, he saw people were not going into the church, so he decided to go. He was going in. After only he came to know that the church was full of people, and he was also seeing that in Christmas they used to make manger, no, like that. There was also manger there. A small goats kept there, and child Jesus also, small goats kept there, and they arranged everything for a manger. He was looking at that manger and he was thinking, if it's a good place for this little kid to sleep, because already it is 8-9 o'clock, it is night now. So he was thinking that it's the good place for the kid, that means goat kid, to sleep. He sat for some minutes before anything happened. The clergyman was talking of the grace of giving. They, he said, brought frankincense and myrrh. You cannot bring frankincense, but what you have brought has a sweeter smell, the smell of sacrifice for others. Okay, there was some smell is coming. Okay, so they were thinking some good smell is coming. From where it is coming, like that they were thinking. As he spoke, a man immediately in front of the boy turned to his wife, sniffing and then whispering, "Funny smell of frankincense." He was telling, his smell is not that much good. Oh, a man who was sitting in front of the boy was turning to his wife and telling, this smell is not that much good. It is something like funny. Yes, she also said, yes. She too was sniffing now. I noticed it but did not like to say. She too was telling, I too noticed that some smell is coming, but I didn't want to tell. They began to sniff together like dogs. After some moments, the woman turned and saw the boy and the goat in his arms. After a moment, the ladies turned and saw the boy who was having goat. So, of course, the smell came from that goat. Look round, she said. The man turned and now he too saw the goat. Well, he said, well, no wonder. I wanted to give the goat, the boy said. The boy said, I wanted to give this goat. Yes, I know, the man said, but you got the wrong idea. A goat's no use to anybody. The boy walked down the steps of the church into the street, the goat quiet now in his arms. He did not look at the notice which had said for so long, this means you. It was clear to him now that he had made a sort of mistake. It was clear that the notice did not mean him at all. Okay, so he was telling that he wanted to offer a goat to the church, but the man was telling him, if you offer goat, there is no use for anyone. So there was no use of staying there. No? So this boy was carrying his goat and he was coming back. This time he didn't notice the notice board because he was thinking, I would have not brought this because it was no use, but still he wanted to sacrifice. No, that is the big thing. This means you. Okay. He wanted to sacrifice, that is a big thing. So without any regret, he was carrying that goat and he was going back to the street. Outside the town, he walked slowly in the darkness. The night air was silent and the kid seemed almost asleep in his arms. He was now not troubled that they did not want the goat. He was already glad that it would be his again. Yes. He wanted to sacrifice, but still they didn't offer. But he did not feel sorry for that. He was instead he was happy about it because the kid which he loved the most was with him only. So already this goat kid was asleep, so he was carrying and going. It was only about some other thing that he was troubled. He had for a long time believed that at Christmas there must be snow on the ground, bells ringing, and a moving star. As I said in the introduction part, that when we think about Christmas, we will remember the bells, stars, all those things. In foreign country, it is December month, no, Christmas, so it will be full of snow. Here, but now there was no snow on the ground. There were no bells ringing, and far above him, in the little goat, the stars were still. So he saw there was no snow and there were no bell ringing. He was worried about it. Only stars and goat was with him. I hope you understood. Thank you.